Okie dokie, la da 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 da, da da dee 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 da 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 da. Start that over. Alright, there we go. Hey, Matt, income bird. Why is it buffering? Why are you buffering? There it goes. Okay, now it's no longer buffering. Okay, okay. Alright, now. Hola! Wrong button. There we go. Oh, there we go. And boom, boom. Alright. Alright, now. There we go. Okie dokie. Now, to try to finish this place up. Yeah. I really don't know what to do with that left side, really. Let's see here. Alright, for one, let's change camera view. Go. How do you use up and down thrusters in Space Engineers? Alright, so if you're wanting for your ship to go down, you need to aim your thrusters up. So make sure that the thruster nozzle is facing up. So if you're wanting to where you want to fly up, same thing. You aim your thrusters to where their nozzles are aiming down. It's no different from you placing your rear thrusters to where they would naturally, push you forward. It's no different than you put your front thrusters to throw you in reverse. And then after that, of course, to power it, you're going to need uranium ingots to power your reactor if you have the thrusters on your roof. Depending on which way they're facing, to be honest. Give me a minute, because I gotta go use the loo real quick. Okay, now I'm back. Oh crap. I'm gonna change out the battery for my vape. Put this one up to charge. Do I have any that's ready? 100. Alright. Okay. Oh, come on, you. Come on. Come on. Ooh, you. Quit flashing. There we go. Alright. You done? You done now? Oh, quit being a goober tot. Okay. Alright, there we go. So the back side of the thruster is on the top. Is that what you're trying to say? On the roof? And the nozzle of the thruster is on the bottom? I don't know if that's what you're trying to get at, or if the nozzle... Wait a minute. Built a ship and... fluid and... I gotta get my glasses, because... Right. Vision starts getting stupid with you. Alright. Ship and fluid. And boom. Did you crash it? Oh man, you could have blueprinted it before you crashed it. It'll be alright. So yeah, if the backside of the thruster is at the top and the nozzle of the thruster is at the bottom, that's for your up thrust. So when you're wanting to lift up, that's how you want to angle your thrusters. And like I was saying, if you're wanting to fly down, like if you're out in space, if you're wanting to fly down, then yeah, you'll need your thrusters turned around backwards the other way. So the bottom of the back of the thruster would be at the bottom, and the nozzle of the thruster would be going through your pretty much your roof. So now if you want to play a little tricky when it comes to atmospheric thrusters and when it comes to hydrogen thrusters, I highly doubt you're going to be doing barrel rolls in a warship or a scout vessel or anything like that, or even just a medical frigate or a passenger, like a commercial passenger frigate, anything like that. You don't really necessarily need your down thrust thrusters. Your down thrust thrusters. You don't really need them. As soon as you press circle to go down with your ship, it'll start going down. You don't need atmospheric thrusters to push you down. I mean, yeah, if you're building a fighter, you're going to need thrusters going in all four directions. Yeah, actually no, all six directions. Because of barrel rolls and stuff like that. Down a circle, yeah. So when you're in a ship and you're pressing down, then yeah, you don't really need it if you're in a really big ship. I mean, even just a carrier for like cargo or whatever, or just land vehicles, transport ships, anything big like that, you don't really need down thrust when it comes to the Earth-like planet. Even just the moon wannabe, same thing with it. You don't really need down thrust. But when you're out in space, yes, you do need your down thrust. Yeah, and then landing gear, a lot of times it'll automatically lock as soon as you touch ground. If you're wanting it to be balanced on the ground, yeah, just tap your triangle to unlock your landing gear. Reposition your vehicle, and then boom, lock it back in place by hitting triangle again. On top of that, when you go to your control panel, where I showed you, like, where the faction, where it shows you faction, your inventory, then your control, your control panel, and then, like, a bunch of other stuff. So anyway, so when you pop up your inventory, just slide over to the next category, and then go through all that stuff. Yeah. Yeah, totally. You can see, like, how many lights you've got on board of a ship. It'll show you, if, like, how many thrusters you've got, all of your doors, just whatever's gonna pop up in that list of everything that's involved with that structure, no matter if it's a small ship, no matter if it's a large ship, no matter if it's a small rover, large rover, base, little outposts, it doesn't matter. They all have information of all the stuff that you've built inside them that, requires power and stuff like that. So they'll even put couches in there too. And the only thing that's interactive with the couch is you sitting on it. You can pretty much hide that from the control panel list. Some objects, some structures in the game you cannot hide in the control panel list, but some structures you can, like, the couches, the beds, stuff like that. You can also, if you got lights, it doesn't matter if it's interior lights or just normal interior lights, or even if it's a light that's already pre-built into a block. And also with your spotlights and floodlights, same thing. You can change their luminosity, you can change their luminosity position, all of that. You can even, like, set up a strobe light if you want. But how do I fly to space? Now, okay. The vehicle that you are on, does it have hydrogen thrusters? Because in order for you to leave a atmospheric planet, you have to have hydrogen thrusters. Plus, on top of that, hydrogen tank. Yeah, then you're not going to be able to leave the planet. If you're on the moon, you can do it. But if you're on the Earth-like planet, you're not going to be able to do it. If you're on Pratam, you're not going to be able to do it. But I don't know how to get fuel for them. Alright, so for starters, what are you in? Creative? Please don't say creative, because everything automatically gets powered on when you're in creative mode. If you're in survival, you're in creative. Alright. Save what you're doing. Okay. Yeah. Save. And then after that, scroll down to where it said save and exit. Always double save before you leave your save file. Actually, well, I can't do that because then I would have to start up another stream again, because then I could walk you through it. Easy way of walking you through it is going back to one of my older, like a couple days ago, save files where it shows me starting up from the very beginning, loading up the game and all that. Sometimes you'll see me messing around with my settings for each save file. Yes, I've deleted a few save files. There was one that was like 15.7 or 15.8 megabytes, something like that. All I remember is that it was just 15 point something. I ended up deleting that one, and the reason why I ended up deleting that one is because, like I said, the larger your save file gets, the slower your game's gonna run. You're pretty much, I mean, like me, I'm pretty much pushing the game almost to its limits for the PlayStation 5 version. No, I've not maxed it out on blocks and stuff like that, but the amount of stuff that I do, yeah, ends up building up a lot of memory. So anyway, from the main menu, go to start new map. And after that, sorry, after that, go ahead and select whichever one you want. But before you hit that before you, God dang it. I'm good now. Okay, so select which save file you want. It don't matter if it's green easy start base, red easy start base 2, which is, it's actually titled Red Ship version 2, well, V2. You can start any of those. And then after that, before you hit the square button, make sure you go down to Customize. And yes, I like the way they've done the settings for your save file. I don't like the old way. The way they've got the menu set up now, where everything is actually in categorized in separate stuff, I like that better. So anyway, go ahead and throw it in survival. Make sure you've got air tightness turned on. Make sure you've got oxygen turned on. Food, don't worry about it. It's just going to be you by yourself. This is going to be your playroom. This is going to be your sandbox. Okay? Don't let anybody else, no friends, don't let anyone join in. And the reason why I'm saying this, why survival? Just hold on. But as I was saying, the reason why I'm saying this is because you don't want anyone to steal your work. You don't want anyone doing that, because why? They'll turn around, take it, show it off to their friends, and be like, oh, look what I built. In all honesty, you were the one that built it, not that person that took it off of you. This is why you do what I'm telling you to do, so that way you got one map, one save file that's just got only your stuff in it. But anyway, it's back through the settings, okay? So make sure, food, just leave it alone. Radiation, make sure it's disabled. If it's planetary radiation, don't worry about it. Just hold on. You'll see why I'm telling you to do it in survival. Okay. So, make sure all of that's turned off. Then, when it comes down to destruction blocks, turn it off. You want it to where none of your stuff will get damaged. Then scroll down a little more to where it shows thruster damage. Also, turn that off. Then after that, what is the other one? Make sure that the ship block size, make sure that's all the way up to 100,000. Make sure that the blocks per player is up to 50,000. And then at the very bottom, at the very bottom of your list for all these settings, make sure it says 500,000. That is your max. For your PCU limit, that is your max. And every ship you build, you're using up some of that 500,000. So the larger you're building, the more stuff it's going to have inside it. No, max, it's disabled. It shouldn't be disabled. Unless you do not have experimental mode turned on. I don't remember how to turn it on and off. I know it's in the settings, like in actual main menu settings. But if you back out of what you're working on right now, none of that will be saved. So keep doing what you're doing. Like I said, copy and paste. For some reason, they've got it disabled. You cannot turn it on or off. I don't know what the deal is with that. So anyway, other than that, everything else should be good. Make sure that it's offline, but in survival. Okay? So make sure that everything, like I said, destruction blocks turned off. Oh yeah, voxel hands. Make sure both of those. Make sure that both of those are turned off. Because when you're building something and it goes to crash into the ground, guess what? It's going to leave a big crater. So if you turn that off, boom, you got no issues of ground being disformed because of your structure falling into it, or landing too hard. So go ahead and turn it off. That way, when you go to land something too hard, you just bounce like a little ping pong ball. Other than that, go ahead and start. And then as soon as you start, and as soon as you load in, doesn't matter. I like that in. Oh, I like that on? Yeah. For me, I always turn it off because I don't like for too much chaos to go on when I'm trying to land something and I ended up landing it too hard. Because sometimes your structure can... You'll see why. You'll see why. So once you've loaded in, it don't matter if you're on the planet or whatever you chose, hold R1 and tap triangle. Once you've loaded in and held R1 and tapped triangle, you'll get an extra list. Turn all of them on, and you even get a slide bar down at the bottom to change the position of the sun. And then, boom, start building. Sometimes, yes, I do build without, like when I'm out in space, sometimes you'll notice that I don't build with, I usually don't start with the landing gear. I just place a block out in front of me as long as I'm sitting still. Do not move around when you're placing, when you're getting ready to start to place your first block. Do not move, because when you do, your block's drifting. So make sure that you are sitting still when you're out in space, when your place is floating away from you. So, now, this is what I want you to do. I want you to pull up your build menu, which is all your little spin wheels that shows you all your different items. So, if you don't remember, that was R3, I mean not R3, L3. Just click on it, boom, and then after that, press R2 to cycle through. And not just only cycle, wait a minute, my dad is calling me? Okay, okay. Alright, so now, to be honest, I don't think this was, I don't remember if it was this map, or, oh my gosh, or was it Ragnarok? Is it Ragnarok? Oh my goodness, I can't remember which map. Oh my gosh, I've built this castle on too many maps now. Oh, this castle, I swear. Dang you, Epic Games. You and your ice castle from Fortnite. Alright, so, let's hop out of that map, because I don't think this was the right map. Let's see here. Or was it this? No, the center had that other nice looking, I think it was Ragnarok. So, and just to be cautious, I'm going into single player on this one. If I had admin commands on Dodo server, I could totally build him an awesome castle. I would totally build him an awesome castle, I would. That's if I had admin commands in the server. Alright, Seth. Do not remember why I'm way out here. Let's put this way. Yeah. Okay. So here's the old castle. Welcome back. Alright, so there's the old original castle. Didn't I build the other one right over here? I thought. Didn't I? I don't remember. No. No, this is where I built the step-by-step on how to build it with metal. Yeah. I forgot. Darn it. Step-by-step on how to build it. Yep. That's a total of how many stages? And that's without the floors and extra walls. That's just the outer walls. So 1, 2, 4, 5, 7, 8, 13. Wow. 13 steps to build once I get over there. Come on. Come on. Come on. Faster. Alright, there we go. Just to build this. Built this castle way too many times. Way too many times. I started building it on Conan Exiles. Then I built it here. Then I turned around and built it on, what, 2 other maps? What I like about this one, though, is that I actually got a decent little Like, why is this so buggy? But yeah, this nice little... And I think the other one looks better because of the mods. This is all vanilla, and I can't really count Bob Tall Tales as a mod. Because Wildcard actually made that. So you might as well say that's in-game DLC, not a mod. So yeah. Where'd this... Oh, that's a metal sign. Okay, I was getting ready to say, whoa, dude, cool, where'd this sign come from? Oh yeah, I forgot, that's metal. Dee dee dee. But I really do like the way I did this little setup, though. I mean, everything's all... I mean, yeah, it's a little compact, but still, yeah, I like the way I did it. Never finished the ceiling part. Little tavern. Kind of goofy. Tight spaced tavern type deal thing, yeah. Little guest house. Yes, there's a player right there. Oh my goodness. I mean, I hope that's not... Is that composed number 9? Can't tell. No. It just says drag body. Full to show user page. Last online 23 hours ago. Anyway, whoever that is, probably composed number 9 because it's got an afro, and composed number 9 likes using afros and mohawks. Never really got a chance to finish the rest of this place, to be honest. Alright, I think it's the center. We're gonna have to go to the center. We gotta go there. We gotta go to the center. As I know I never did finish the village around that place. And then the castle on the island, I would just have to say around it would have to be redone. Yeah. Like the surrounding where I started working on the village around it, yeah. Because the way I did this one is a bit better. Still needs more work. Still needs more work. I really didn't venture off too much on this map. I was more focused on this right here. Yes. Alright, so. Give me creative. Do it. Alright, so. Alright, kitty. What are you doing? You know, I thought a whole lot of you was up in the keep of the castle. What are you guys doing out here? Okay, so if you've got one drill on there, that'll make it a little bit easier on you. Get into your cockpit, okay? Once you've gotten into your cockpit, okay, You've got power, I hope, and all that other good stuff. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. Hold down on whichever button you want it selected on with your D-pad. So like if you want down for your activation for your drill, do it. So once you've done that, if you hold it down for a few seconds, or left, right, or up, well, doesn't matter which one. Okay, so it'll pop up a menu for you, and then you select the item you want, and then that's how you turn it on and off, which it'll give you an extra menu of what you want, like on, off, if you want it to slow down or speed up, stuff like that. So, yeah. Alright, but no, seriously, how did the... Huh? Where'd the other one go? Where'd the other cat go? As a weapon? It's not really going to select it as a weapon. Just the directional buttons would be more or less like you're on and off, or just turn it on, slow it down, stuff like that. If you've got cameras on board, then yes, you can switch to your cameras. If you've made your own turret, yeah, use a camera. Attach a camera to it. But yeah, I mean, there's all kinds of things you could do, pretty much. But another good thing is like to just like read on each item, because where it'll give you info on your right, so it'll give you an info of like, what it does, its consumption, how much it weighs. When you start, like, say, like if you've got a reactor and you go into your control panel to to show everything, and down the list of what all is built onto that structure. When you go down through there and you select your reactor and you highlight it on the right, it'll show everything all about it. Turn it on, off, hide from your no, not hide from clipboard, hide from toolbar, hide from such and such. And you just scroll down, and then, I mean, it's the same thing with the turrets. You can change their range for how far you want them to go. You can turn their idle movement on or off, which default, it's always on for the turrets. With the turrets, it doesn't matter if it's the Gatlet gun, no matter if it's both versions of the Gatlet gun, both versions of the rocket launchers, and of course both, well, they're not really two different versions. I mean, one takes smaller ammo than the other. But the artillery, both types of artillery cannons, your larger one and then your smaller one, same thing. All of them, you can change all of them to 800 meters. The small little interior machine gun turret can only go up to 600. But when it comes to setting them up on what you want them to target, they're all the same. Target meteors, small ships, large ships, stations, neutrals, characters, which would be other players. No, not in-game, like the spiders, the wolves, stuff like that. They're part of the neutral. So, which is messed up, because when you use your command to cycle through all the items throughout your save file, no matter if it's a large structure, small structure, even other players, because that's how I can teleport to you how I teleport all the other players. I want it to toggle. I can make them shoot with R2. That's where the camera comes in. You can't just drive and shoot at the same time. You actually got to build something. You would have to build something like a tank, but you would have to sit still, shoot, or aim your cannon wherever you want to shoot it and drive straight, or whichever direction, as your gun turret on top is aimed at whatever you're trying to shoot at. You can build vehicles that you can somewhat use both, steer the vehicle and try to steer the cannon on top. Just a lot of button configurations involved with your toolbar when it comes to the vehicle. And yes, each toolbar is only 4 slots, but the toolbar I think you get a total of 9 toolbars for the cockpits and for the large ship cockpits, but it's a little tricky cycling through them. If you notice down when you're in a cockpit, you'll notice down at the bottom next between your toolbar and what's on that far right bottom corner. I'm trying to remember. Because the left side is all your stats. It's all your stat levels, your food, your oxygen, the energy of your suit, your hydrogen for your thrusters. And if you're on a planet and you're not in creative and you're playing in survival, always be sure you have enough hydrogen, because if you're building up somewhere up high and you're low on hydrogen, guess what? You done died. I mean, simple as that. So, always when you're playing legit survival and you're not throwing yourself in creative in a survival map, then yeah, be sure to keep an eye on your stat levels, so that way you don't kill yourself and you'll have to respawn, go back to your dead body and collect everything out of your jetpack. And I don't remember what happens to your body after that. It's been a while. Every time I play Space Engineers, I never play survival. I'm always, my save files are always in survival, but I'm never in survival. I'm always in creative, because I love to build, and I want to make sure when I build stuff, I want to make sure it's survival ready, so that way when I do want to play survival, I could turn around and use the projector to spawn them bad boys in. Yeah, oh no! Oh gosh, listen at me. Alright. You see, I use this castle way too much. Way too much. I think it was Astros I was originally on, but I think I'm gonna jump over to the island. Play around with the train. I want to play with the choo-choo. But once I do get one of these builds finished, how do I use the projector? So you still have yourself in creative, right? To be honest, it would be much easier if I went back to Space Engineers. Okay. So that way I could do walkthroughs through you. It would be so much easier. I might do that. I might jump back over to Space Engineers and just start up a whole new map and just do some layouts for you. That way you can try to get the hang of what all what all certain things that you do need. Then on top of that, I mean, I can turn around and show you like what you can do with your certain shapes of the blocks, stuff like that. But that means I would have to start up another stream again, which doesn't really bother me because there are some days that my internet just goes stupid, or sometimes PSN and YouTube sometimes don't like each other and won't let each other, connect when it comes to, live streaming from PlayStation to YouTube. Oh gosh, I wish they would make things a little bit easier when it comes to stuff like that. So, I'm just gonna jump back over to Space Engineers, and I'll do walkthroughs for it. Walkthroughs with you. There we go. If I can actually talk today. All right. So give me a second, and I'll shut this game down, restart up another stream. So, again, sorry guys, be right back. Alright, now, close application. Yes, there we go.